we start with the next chapter, that is banking. Now, what do you mean by the term banking? This is a very small part of banking. Banking is something that is very huge. Here we are concerned about recurring deposits. If you have heard about recurring deposits in a bank, we are
Yes, sir,
concerned
in
here with
commerce.
recurring deposit. Now, what do you mean by recurring deposits? Now, recurring deposit is normally a small service of the bank that is used mostly it is used by the poor people. Okay. Now, what these poor people do is that they open a recurring deposit, say for 5 years. Okay. It has a duration. These recurring deposit, they have a duration. They open these recurring deposits, say for 5 years. And what they'll do is because they earn every day. So what they do is that every month they'll put in, say, 500 rupees. Whatever they save, okay, they'll put this 500 rupees every month for these 5 years. Okay. Now the bank gives a certain rate of interest. Say the bank is giving 5% rate of interest. Okay. So now what happens? If for these 5 years, first of all, he deposits 500 in the first month, right? For the, let's say, first month. In the first month, he deposits 500 rupees. In this 500 rupees, how much interest will he get? He will get interest for only 1 month, isn't it? In this 500 rupees, he'll get interest for how many months? He
So
will get
1 month,
interest only for
1 month,
1 month, right?
first month.
And for
Yes, sir.
the next one, okay, he'll get interest for 2 months, right? So interest for 1 month. In the second month, he'll get interest for 2 months, right? Third month, he'll get interest for 3 months, and so on. And this will continue for how many? This will continue for the next 5 years, right?
Yes, sir, 5 years.
So it can very easily be shown that the total interest that he will get is given by I is equal to P into n plus 1 divided by 2 into 12 into R by 100.
R
Now
by 100.
this is we'll get from simple interest formula. Okay. Sometimes interest is compounded also. Okay, but we will not get into the compound interest formula because in your syllabus it's the simple interest that we are getting. Okay. So in when we do compound interest, that is something called as the annuities. Okay. When we calculate the same thing with the help of compound interest, that is called annuities. But we are concerned only with the simple interest formula. From simple interest formula, it can be shown that the interest that the depositor will get will be this. Now, what are the various notations here? The notations here are I is total interest, in rupees or whatever currency you're dealing in. P is your, it's called the amount, principal, which is the amount per month. Okay. Deposit per month. In our above example, how much was the deposit? It was 500. So in our above example, P
So
must have
500.
been 500 rupees. Okay. So next N here is the time in months, not years. Okay. Because we are dealing in with recurring deposits. So we normally calculate the time in months. Okay, so
60.
for example, here in the above example, the person was depositing for 5 years. So 12 into 5, you have n must be equal to 60. Okay, for the above
60,
example.
60 days,
So
60 months.
and R here is the rate of interest. In the above example, the bank was giving 5%, so R must be equal to 5 rate of interest. Okay. So this is what all the notations are. Please remember this is time is always in months. Okay. Do not put time in years. Now, once you get the interest, now suppose he is depositing for five years and he's getting a certain interest. So after at the end of 5 years, how much will he get? At the end of 5 years, the amount that he gets is called the maturity value. Okay. This is the formula here is n into p plus I. Why n into p? Because see, n here is time in months. He has been depositing for how many? For 60 months, right? And he is depositing 500 rupees. So total money deposited without the interest is 60 into 500 and plus whatever extra interest that he is getting. That you add up to get the maturity value. It is equivalent to your amount in compound interest or simple interest. Okay. When you think about maturity value, think about amount in compound interest or simple interest. Okay. So let me write this once again. Maturity value MV is equal to n into p plus I. This also we shall be using. Okay. So we shall be using this formula and this formula. So this is as good as your class 8 simple interest. So let us start with problems on banking. Now, first problem here that I want to start with is how to find a very simple question. In fact, how to find out the maturity value. Okay, so let me just write the question. You locate it in your textbook. Okay, so this type is to find maturity value. Okay, when the problem is such that everything is given and you need to find out the maturity value, this is the type of problem that will depict that type. Okay, let's see this problem. The question here is Saloni deposit rupees 150 per month in a bank for 8 months under the recurring deposit scheme. What will be the maturity value of his deposits if the rate of interest is 8% per annum? Now see, he is depositing rupees 150 per month. So clearly here we can say P is 150.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
he is depositing for 8 months. So n must be equal to 8, right?
8.
And the rate of interest you see at last is given as 8%. So R is equal to
8%.
So from here, with this, whatever information is given, we can calculate the interest. So therefore, interest, let's say total interest, I, P into n into n plus 1 by 2 into 12 into R by 100. We'll put the values here and calculate the total interest. So this will be 150 Okay, now certain things are going to, first of all, this 0 will cancel here, this will cancel, and this will cancel. Okay, what else? You have 2 cancelling with 4 here, and you have 4 cancelling with 3 here, 3 cancel with 3 here, and you have 2 cancel with 8 4 times. So what are you left with? You're only left with 3, 3, and 4. So that is 36, isn't it?
36.
The total interest that he gets is 36.
36 rupees.
Okay, so therefore, what should be the maturity value?
N into P plus 1
N into P plus I.
plus 1. I.
N into P,
Yes.
N here is 8 into
8.
P here is 150 because without interest he is
150.
depositing 8 into 150 and you simply add the interest.
And 36 rupees.
So this will be 1200 plus 36, which is
Plus
1236.
36.
1236 rupees. Okay,
Rupees 1 to 3.
so that's it. That as simple as this. The next type that I want to discuss is how to find out the principal. Okay, given all the information, how do you find out the principal to find T? Example to depict this type of problem. Here is, this is from your solved examples. You can look it up. Okay. Okay. The problem here is Richard had the recurring deposit in a post office for 3 years at 7.5% per annum simple interest. If he gets rupees 8,325 as interest at the time of maturity, find monthly installment, which is the principal, and the amount of maturity. So we'll write here what is given first. First of all, what is given here is n equal to 3 years. He's investing for 3 years. So 3 into 12, which is 36. Rate of interest, 7.5%. Okay. He gets an interest of how much? 8,325.
8,325.
Okay. From these, we are asked to find out the monthly installment. Okay. So what you do here is you use the formula. So we have I is equal to P put the values. Interest is 8,325. Principal you need to find out 36. 36 plus 1. Okay. And you write this as 75 by 1000. Now we cancel what we can cancel out. First of all, this will cancel here 40 times and 3 times. This will cancel here 10, 9. And nothing else cancels. Okay, so what you do now here is you cross multiply.
9 and 12.
Yes,
Yeah, 9 and 12.
9 will cancel. Okay, now this
It's
will
there.
cancel. Okay, this will cancel 3 and this will cancel 4. So we now cross multiply. So you get 8,325 into 2 into 4 into 10 is equal to P into 3 into 37 into 3. This is what you're getting, right? So that means P will be equal to 8,325 into 2 into 4 into 10 divided by 3 into 37 into 3. Okay, this is what you will get. Now I'm sure 8,325 will cancel with 37. You try it. 37 into 2 is how much? So it is 74. This will give you a 9 and a 2, 92. And 37 into 3 is how much? It will exceed. So I think this will also be 2. 74. So it will be 18. And I think 37 into 5 will give you 185. So 37 will cancel here. How many times? It will cancel 225 times. Okay, and further this 3 will cancel with this 225, 75 times, and further this will also cancel 25 times. So what you are getting? You are simply getting 25 into 2 into 4 into 10. Okay, so this how much will you get? 50 into 4, 200. This will get 200, 2000.
2,000.
So this is your principal. Okay, so this division you will carry out in your rough. So once you have got the monthly installment, now we are asked to find out the maturity value, which is again a cakewalk. Maturity value we know is n into p plus I. N here is 36. P we have found out to be 2000 plus interest is also given here 8325.
Yes, sir. 8325.
So this is 72,000 plus 8,325, which will give you 80,325. That's it. Okay, so once all the information was given to you, we were required to find out uh, the principal from here. So we found out the principal or the monthly installment we found out. The next type of problem that we shall discuss is how to find out the rate. Okay, to find the rate of interest. R. Okay. This is again from your solved examples. So you have the question here. Ahmed has a recurring deposit account in a bank. He deposits 2,500 per month. So let us write it down what is given here. P is given to be 2,500. Okay, and he deposit, what is the duration of his recurring deposit? It's 2 years. So N is 2 into
So 2 into
12,
2,
24. And he gets
24 months.
66,250 at the time of maturity. Now here he's not getting 66,250 as interest. He is getting 66,250 as the maturity value. That means this amount includes the interest. Okay, 66,250 includes the interest. Okay, the question here is find the interest paid by the bank. Okay, and the next question is find the rate of interest. So first of all, we know that maturity value is equal to N into P plus I, right? So we'll put it here. Maturity value is given to us as 66,250 and N is 24, P is 2,500 plus I. So you have 66,250 is equal to 60,000
60,000
plus I.
plus I.
Therefore, the interest here is 66,250 minus
Minus
60,000,
6,625.
which is rupees 6,250. Okay,
Right. Yes, sir.
this is the first part. The second part is how to find out the rate of interest. We'll use the formula total interest is equal to P into N into N plus 1 by 2 into 12 into R by 100. And we'll put the respective values. We know interest as above we have calculated. We have calculated the interest as 6,250. Principal we know as the monthly installment is 2,500 rupees. And it was deposited for a period of 24 months. N is 24. We'll cancel what cancels out here. So here what you see is these two zeros, they cancel out. Okay, now this cancels with twice with 12. This 2 and this 2 also goes. So what are you left with? You're only left with 25 into 25
Into 25
into R.
into R.
Okay, so which is 6250 is equal to 625 R. That means R must be equal to 6250 by 625. So you get 10%.
10%.
Okay, so that is what this sum is all about. So I'll stop here.